Hello students! Welcome to the video lesson intended for you, grade 7 students. I am your teacher, Teacher April. Good morning and welcome back my dear students. So for quarter 2, for this week we're going to discuss about measuring quantities. And here are our objectives for today's lesson. After the lesson, you are expected to A. Approximate the measures of quantities for particularly length, weight or mass, volume, time, angle, and temperature. Letter B. Convert measure of quantities from one unit to another unit. What do we mean by measurement? So measurement is a number that characterizes an object or event which can be compared with other objects or events. Now, there are two systems of measures. Number 1, the metric system or the international system of units or the SI. And number 2, the English system. So sa atin sa Pilipinas, mas ginagamit natin yung metric system or the international system. Okay, you will see a table that shows the commonly used unit of measures for different quantities. So we have the length, volume, mass, temperature, time, capacity, and angle. Now, in the second column are the unit used in the metric system. For example, in length, we have millimeter, yung pinakamaliit na unit of measure. Centimeter, meter, and kilometer. Kilometer is used for distance. Now, in the third column are the unit used in English system. So that is inch, foot, yard, and mile. Okay? Now, for you to answer the learning task number 1, which is you're going to identify the most appropriate unit of measures that can be used to the following quantities: table, handkerchief, ice cream, ball pen, distance of your place to Manila, baking cake, balikbayan box, and size of the shoes. So, for example, in number 1, table, what is the most appropriate unit that you are going to use? Okay, you will use meter or you can use yard. Okay, so you do the rest of the numbers. Just look at the table and find the most appropriate unit of measure. Now, let us discuss the measure of length. Length describes how long the physical quantity is. It includes distance, height, thickness, and the like. The smallest unit of measures for length is millimeter. For example, you're going to measure small things or objects like the thickness of a book, a paper clip, or a microchip. So, you're going to use millimeter. The bigger unit of measure is kilometer. So, kilometer is used to measure the distance between town or places. To measure bigger ones like the length of the fork, a pencil, or a book, you will use centimeter. To measure longer lengths like the length of the flagpole, a piece of land, you will use meter as the unit. Now, length also is used to determine the perimeter and the area of the geometric figures. Ruler is the basic instrument used in measuring length. We also use meter stick if we are to measure longer lengths like measuring the floor of your house, the distance between the floor and the ceiling, and many more. In English system, yardstick is used. Okay? How are we going to convert measure of length from one unit to another unit? So in this lesson, we will make use of the metric converter. So this is how the metric converter looks like. It is divided into 7 units: the kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter as the basic unit, decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter. So as you are moving from left to right, that is bigger unit to smaller unit. As you move from right to left, that is smaller unit to bigger unit. So for example, convert 3 kilometers to meter. So your given unit is kilometer. So here, kilometer, and the desired unit is meter. Count the number of units to the right. So that is 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 units to the right. Okay, then copy the given 3. As you can see, 3 is a whole number, so the decimal point is placed on the right side. So move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So from the decimal point, you move 3 places to the right. So that is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then add 0. So therefore, the answer is 3,000 meters. Okay, next, number 2. Convert 708 millimeters to meter. So the given unit is millimeter, and the desired unit is meter. Count the number of units from millimeter going to meter. So that is 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 units to the left. So copy the given 708. Again, this is a whole number. The decimal point is placed on the right. So move the decimal point 3 places to the left. So that is 1, 2, 3. So we have 0.708 meters or 0.708 meters. So let us convert measure of length from metric system to English system or vice versa. For example, what is 4.2 inches to centimeter? So conversion factor is listed on the left side. So if we are converting from bigger unit to smaller unit, we use the operation of multiplication. So remember, 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeter. So you just copy the given, then multiply it by the equivalent of 1 inch, which is 2.54. And then the product is 10.67 centimeter. And that will be your answer. Next, number 2. 3 yards of ribbon will be cut into 7 equal pieces. How long in centimeter in each piece? So we need to convert first 3 yards to centimeter. So remember the conversion factor of 1 yard is equivalent to 91.4 centimeter. So since, again, we are converting from bigger to smaller unit, we use the operation of multiplication. So that is, copy the given 3 multiplied by the equivalent of 1 yard, which is 91.4 centimeter. Then the product is 274.2 centimeter. Now, to get the length of each piece, we need to divide this by 7 because in the problem, we have 7 equal pieces. The quotient is 39.17 centimeter per piece. So this will be your answer. Okay, remember, when you are converting from bigger to smaller unit, use the operation of multiplication. And if we are converting from smaller unit to bigger unit, then use the operation of division. Okay? Next is volume and capacity. When we say volume, it is the measure of how much amount of space is occupied by a three-dimensional figure. When we say capacity, it is the amount contained in a three-dimensional figure. For volume of solid, we use cubic meters as the basic unit and liter as the basic unit for liquid. Now, how are we going to convert measure of volume from one unit to another? In this case, we're going to use the metric converter used in the measure of length. For example, convert 8 cubic meter to cubic millimeters. First, count the number of units from meter to millimeter. So that is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there are 3 units to the right. Multiplied by 3 is 9 units to the right. Then move the decimal point. So write the given. Since it is a whole number, the decimal point is on the right side. So count 9 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then add zeros. Therefore, the answer is 8 billion cubic millimeter. Or in scientific notation, that is 8 times 10 raised to the 9th power. Another example is convert 340,000 cubic meter to cubic hectometer. So count the number of units from meter to hectometer. So starting from meter, count 1, 2. So there are 2 units to the left. Multiplied by 3 is 6 units to the left. So write the given 340,000. Then since it is a whole number, the decimal point is on the right side. Move the decimal point 6 units to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So, remove 0. Therefore, your answer is 0.34 cubic hectometer. Okay? Now, for measuring volume of liquid, again, we're going to use the metric converter, but this time, the basic unit is liter. So, papalitan mo lang siya ng liter. So, magiging kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter, liter, deciliter, centiliter, and milliliter. For example, convert 3 kiloliter to liter. So, from kiloliter, count 1, 2, 3. So, there are 3 units to the right. Okay? So, move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So, 1, 2, 3. So, therefore, the answer is 3,000 liters. So, you're going to add zeros. 3 zeros. Next, number 2. Convert 0.225 ml or milliliters to decaliter. So, the given unit is ml. So, mag-start ka sa ml or sa milliliter. Then, count the number of units until you reach the desired unit, which is decaliter. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, there are 4 units to the left. Okay? Then, move the decimal point 4 places to the left. So, this is the given. Since meron tayong decimal point na nakita, mag-move lang tayo ng 4 units to the left. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then add zeros. So therefore, the answer is this one. Next is the English conversion for volume of liquid. So I have here list of conversion factor to use in converting one unit to another unit. For example, how many liters is 16 cups of milk? So cups, 2 liters. So 1 cup is equivalent to 0.28 liters. So that is bigger to smaller unit, we are going to multiply. So 16 cups multiplied by the conversion factor of 1 cup, which is 0.28 liters, that is equivalent to 4.48 liters. Next, number 2. How many milliliters are there in 8 tablespoons? So, tablespoon to milliliters. That is, so, write the given multiplied by 15. The answer is 120 ml. Next, number 3. Convert 16.5 liters to gallon. So, that is smaller to bigger unit. We're going to divide. 1 gallon is equivalent to 3.8 liters. So, the given will be divided into 3.8. So, 16.5 divided by 3.8 is equal to 4.34 gallon. So, this will be your answer. Okay? Next is the measure of mass or weight. So when we say mass, it is the measure of the amount of matter in a substance or an object. The basic unit for mass is kilogram, but the smaller masses may be measured in grams. For great amount of mass, the unit of measure is ton. Now, how are we going to convert measure of mass? So, we need to use again the metric converter. But this time, the basic unit is gram. So, that is kilogram, hectogram, decagram, gram, decigram, centigram, and milligram. For example, convert 2,250 milligrams to gram. So, milligram to gram, that is smaller to bigger unit. So, count the number of units from milligram. 1, 2, 3. So, there are 3 units to the left. And then, move the decimal point 3 places to the left. So, starting from the decimal point, 1, 2, 3. So therefore, the answer is 2.250 or 2.25 grams. Next, number 2. If your weight is 110 pounds, what is your weight in kilograms? So remember this English conversion for weight. So the conversion factor that we're going to use is 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. So the given is smaller to bigger unit, so we need to divide. So 110 divided by 2.2 is equal to 50 kilograms. The next quantity is the measure of temperature. So when we say temperature, it is the measure of hotness and coldness of an object or substance with reference to some standard value. The instrument used to determine temperature is thermometer. And Unit of measure for temperatures are Kelvin, degree Celsius, and degree Fahrenheit. But the commonly used unit of measure are degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. Now, to convert Celsius to degree Fahrenheit, we are going to use the formula of degree Fahrenheit is equal to 1.8 degrees Celsius plus 32. If we are to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, we're going to use the formula degree Celsius is equal to degree Fahrenheit minus 32 all divided by 1.8. Now, to find for Kelvin, use the formula K is equal to degree Celsius plus 273. For example, number 1, convert 200 degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. So, we are to convert degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. Use the formula of degree Celsius equals to degree Fahrenheit minus 32 all divided by 1.8. So just substitute the given Fahrenheit, which is 200 minus 32 all divided by 1.8. So that is 200 minus 32 is equal to 168 divided by 1.8. That will give us 93.33 degrees Celsius. Next, number 2. Convert 299 Kelvin to degrees Celsius. We're going to use the formula for Kelvin. K is equal to degrees Celsius plus 273. And from this, we will derive the formula for degrees Celsius. And that is degrees Celsius is equal to K minus 273. So, substitute the given value for Kelvin, so that is 299 minus 273 will give us 26 degrees Celsius. Okay? Next is the measure of time. So time is a period during which an action or event occurs. It is measured by the rotation of the Earth on its axis, making one full day, and its complete revolution around the Sun, making 1 year, in 365 and 1/4 days. So I have here a table for conversion factor used in measuring time. For example, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, and so on and so forth. For example, how many days are there in 3,569 seconds? You are converting seconds to days. That is smaller to bigger unit. And there is no direct conversion from seconds to days. So, dadaan muna tayo sa minutes, hours, and days. Okay. In 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. In 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. So, i-multiply mo yung 60 times 60 will give you 3,600 seconds. That is equivalent to 1 hour. In 1 day, there are 24 hours. So, i-multiply ulit natin yung 3,600 sa 24. That will give you 86,400 seconds. And that is equivalent to 1 day. So, ito ngayon ang gagamitin natin conversion factor para ma-convert natin yung given sa days. So, since you are converting from smaller to bigger unit, you are going to divide. So, the given is 3,569. Divide by 86,400 will give you 0.0413, or rounding to the nearest hundreds, we have 0.04 days. And this will be your answer. Next, number 2. How many months are there in 4 scores? So, you are to convert scores to months. Again, there is no direct conversion for that. So dadaan muna tayo sa years and months. So, in one score, there are 20 years. In 1 year, there are 12 months. So, we are going to multiply 20 times 12 will give you 240. So, therefore, in one score, there are 240 months. So, ito ngayon ang gagamitin mo para ma-convert mo yung scores to months. So, since this is bigger unit to smaller unit, we are going to multiply. So, the given is 4 score times 240. The answer is 960 months. This will be your final answer. Last quantity is the measure of angle. So, an angle is formed by two rays intersecting at a point called the vertex of an angle. So, this intersection is called the vertex. The two rays are called the sides of an angle. So, this ray 1 and ray 2 are called the sides of the angles. The amount of opening of two sides determine the measures of an angle. The unit of measure used in measuring angle is degrees, and the instrument used to measure is protractor. Now, how are you going to use the protractor in measuring an angle? So, first, place the center point of your protractor over the vertex of the angle. Then, align one side, align one side with 0. Okay, and then from 0, you count or you measure until you reach the second side. So that is, the side intersects the protractor at 45 degrees. So siya ay nasa 45 degrees. So ang basa ninyo, from 0 going to the other side of an angle. Okay? Now there are types of an angles. Acute angle, which is less than 90 degrees. So, if this is your 90 degrees, lahat ng measures na mas mababa sa 90, that is acute angle. Obtuse angle is greater than 90, but less than 180 degrees. And we have the right angle, which is exactly 90 degrees. Okay, for example, identify what kind of angle is given in the measure of an following. Number 1, 48 degree. So that is less than 90 degrees. That is acute angle. 165 degrees. That is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 is obtuse angle. Number 3, 88 degrees. That is acute angle. Okay? Now, it's time for you to answer the learning task 2. That is letter A and letter B. For letter A, convert to the indicated unit of measure. So, kung napanood niyo mabuti at inintindi ang mga examples, madali niyo masasagot ang numbers 1 to 10. Next, sa letter B, identify what kind of angle with the given measures are the following. So that is, sasabihin mo lang kung anong uri ng angle. Kung siya ba ay acute angle, obtuse angle, or right angle. So that's all for today. Sana may naintindihan kayo sa lesson na to. Okay? Thank you for watching. Always remember, study with love, study with all your heart. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe. God bless.